viewers, our focus at this hour is coming from Nepal, which is staring at a tragedy of unimaginable scale. A wall of water came down crashing, taking away villages, homes, buildings, bridges in just mere seconds. And we at News9 are tracking the scale of the devastation, the race to find the survivors, and India's urgent humanitarian response as well. Devastating flash flood has triggered an avalanche on the Lhende tributary, as has left at least 270 people dead and scores missing in Nepal. The disaster struck near the Nepal-China border at Rasuwagadhi, sweeping through the Timure bazaar and unleashing a massive surge into the Bhote Koshi River. The scale of the tragedy is growing, with hundreds of travelers still accounted for. The disaster unfolded in the middle of Wednesday morning. An avalanche on the Lhende tributary sent a sudden wall of water downstream, devastating communities across 3 districts. Visuals on your screens right now. At least 270 people have been reported dead, while rescue agencies continue the search for those still missing. Among the missing are hundreds of travelers. The number of people reported missing has risen to 826, including residents, security personnel, and foreign and domestic tourists. According to the latest report from the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Authority, 44 Nepali Army personnel, 28 Nepal Police personnel, and 13 Armed Police Force personnel are among those reported missing. A total of 162 people have been reported missing from Rasuwa and Nuwakot districts. The number of tourists reported out of contact has also risen sharply. The Nepal Tourism Board has said that 590 tourists, including 476 foreigners and 114 Nepalis, have been reported out of contact. Among the foreign tourists, 177 are Indian nationals, followed by 63 Americans, 53 Ukrainians, 34 Australians, and 33 British nationals. The number of missing includes 25 Canadians, 8 Germans, 6 each Singaporeans, and South Africans. Officials caution that those numbers could rise as travel companies and local authorities continue to cross-check the records. Families across Nepal and India are now anxiously waiting for information about their loved ones. The disaster struck close to the Nepal-China border at Rasuwagadhi. Timure Bazaar was swept away as the floodwaters surged through the area, leaving a trail of destruction. Security officials and disaster experts say that the impact may have been worsened by the absence of timely early warning information from across the border. The tragedy has raised fresh questions about disaster preparedness and coordination between Nepal and China. A memorandum of understanding on disaster risk reduction was signed by the two countries in 2019, but Wednesday's disaster has exposed serious gaps between that agreement and what happens on the ground when a sudden catastrophe strikes. Rescue operations began immediately. Teams from Nepal Army, Nepal Police, and Armed Police Force were mobilized, with military and private helicopters also supporting the operation. Army personnel continued through rescue efforts through the night, working in extremely difficult conditions. The search is continuing as authorities try to establish the full scale of the devastation. Amid the crisis, India has stepped forward with humanitarian assistance. Indian ambassador to Nepal, Naveen Srivastav, handed over 10 tons of humanitarian aid materials to Nepal's Minister for Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation, Khadkaraj Podel. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also spoke with his counterpart, Nepal's Prime Minister Balen Shah, conveying condolences over the loss of lives. Prime Minister Modi said that India was ready to provide all possible humanitarian assistance and expressed solidarity with the people of Nepal. India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said that India's humanitarian assistance and disaster relief teams, along with medical support, had reached Kathmandu. More assistance is being mobilized as rescue and relief operations continue. For Nepal, the immediate priority is the search for survivors and the missing. But the disaster is also raising difficult questions about early warning system, cross-border coordination, and whether existing disaster risk agreements are being effectively implemented. For hundreds of families, however, the priority is more immediate, finding their loved ones. The rescue operations continues. And the visuals that we are getting right now can easily trace the destruction that Nepal is witnessing as of now. Before and after picturesque of Nepal, before the floods and after the devastating floods that destroyed and damaged Nepal in just mere seconds. And viewers, as Nepal grapples with the disaster, News9 is on the ground bringing the real-time aftermath. My colleague Akash shows how debris entering houses that has reached up to the second floor. Have a look at this report.
कान है जिसके सेकंड फ्लोर पर खड़ा हूं और पानी कहां तक था आप इसे देखकर बहुत आसानी से जान सकते हैं। यहां तक पानी था और अभी भी नीचे इतना दलदल है कि आप इसके नीचे नहीं जा सकते, इसीलिए इसे बंद कर दिया गया है। घर के जो लोग हैं वो यहां से चले गए हैं। कुछ लोग जिनका ये घर है वो मेरे साथ यहाँ आए हैं, किसी तरह जान बचाकर वो लोग भाग गए थे। हम उनके साथ भी बातचीत करेंगे, लेकिन आप इसे देखकर बहुत आसानी से ये जान सकते हैं, ये अंदाज़ा लगा सकते हैं कि किस तरह की ये तबाही थी, किस तरह का वो मंजर रहा होगा, खतरनाक मंजर, कि लोगों ने किसी भी तरीके से अपनी जान को बचाकर यहाँ से भागने में सफल रहे। मैं आपको उस घर में ले जाकर आपको दिखाता हूं कि किस तरीके। हाँ,
इसके ये हमारा
अभी हम जहां खड़े हैं ये थर्ड फ्लोर है।
हाँ, ये थर्ड फ्लोर है। ये थर्ड फ्लोर है। ये भी हमारा घर है, आप देख सकते हैं। ये दुकान के अंदर जो कुछ भी सामान था वो सब कुछ नहीं रहा,
कुछ भी नहीं
रहा। वो घर आपने यहाँ से भी अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं, वो पूर्ण रूप से क्षति हो गया है। ये मेरा डैडी का घर था मेरा।
तो प्रकृति का ये रूप आप बहुत ये जो प्रकृति का रूप है उसे बहुत ये घर टूट गया। ये आपके रिश्तेदार का घर था?
ये रिश्तेदार का था, ये हमारा।
वो लोग तो बच गए, भाग गए थे।
वो लोग सब बच गए।